Hello everyone, I am Ms. Pulati Shubhangi working as a lecturer in Munar Institute of Pharmacy, Sone. In this video, I am going to discuss a topic that is pharmacodynamic. In this chapter, we will discuss the mechanism of action and various factors modifying the drug action. Content of presentation. Firstly, we will discuss the introduction, then principle of drug action, drug receptor and its function, and factor modifying drug action. Firstly, we will discuss the introduction. In that, definition of pharmacodynamic. Pharmacodynamic is the study of action of drug on the body and their mechanism of action and pharmacological action. Mechanism of action means the drug produces its effect by different way, such as the stimulation, depression and irritation. Such effect or the action of drug is called as a mechanism of action. And pharmacological action means the drug produces its effect by acting on a different organ. Such effect or action of drug is called as a pharmacological action. In short, pharmacodynamic means the drug action and what a drug does to the body. Then principle of drug action. There are 6 principles of drug action like stimulation, depression, irritation, replacement, physical action and chemical action. Firstly, we will discuss about stimulation. Stimulation is the term which is used to indicate the increasing activity of specialized cells. In short, it means the drug which increases the functioning capacity of particular organ. This mechanism is called as a stimulation. For example, caffeine stimulates CNS. Second is depression. Depression is the term which is used to indicate the decreasing normal functioning of specialized cells. In short, it means the drug decreases the functioning capacity of particular organ or system. This mechanism is called as a depression. For example, barbiturates decreases the functioning capacity of CNS. Third is irritation. Irritation indicates the injurious effect of drug on growth, nutrition and morphology of non-specialized cells capable of producing inflammation. It means for the normal growth of cell or tissue, there is a requirement of nutrient material. Some substances damages this nutrient material and it's called as a irritant substances, and its mechanism is called as a irritation, and finally it produces the inflammation. For example, the drug like Senna, which is used as a laxative to produce its effect by irritation mechanism. Fourth is replacement. The term replacement, which is used to indicate the use of granular secretion, namely hormones obtained from animal in the treatment of deficiency of diseases in human beings. It means in some condition like diabetes mellitus, there is a lack of insulin. In such a condition, insulin is replaced by itself. Such a mechanism is called as a replacement. Then next is physical action. The some drug act in the pure mechanical way because of their physical properties. Means the drug produces the action due to the physical property. For example, drug like kaolin, charcoal is absorb the poison on their surface and used in poisoning cases. Next is chemical action. Some drug act because of their chemical properties or by the chemical combination with substances present in the body. It means due to the chemical property of drug, it produces the action. For example is ammonium hydroxide neutralize the excess of acid. Next point is the drug receptor. In that, first is definition of receptor. Receptor is the macromolecule such as enzyme, nucleic acid, which provides the binding site of drug. Such binding site is collectively called as a receptor. The receptor are considered as a binding site of the high affinity and high specificity. The drug cell interaction where the drug get bound to the protein or enzyme without initiating the drug action is called as a silent receptor. The exact nature of receptor is still not known, but lock and key analog sometimes explains the nature of receptor. The receptor mechanism explains the drug action and it believes to be one of the known mechanism of action of drug. No other mechanism of action could satisfactorily explain by the drug action. But this involves a series of very complex physiological and biochemical processes which are not yet been clearly identified. Next point is the functions of receptor. Six functions of receptor. First is recognition of specific ligand molecule. Second is transduction of signals into responses. Third is the receptor has to identify the compound, and when the compound binds to the receptor, it has convey the message to brings about a response. Fourth is agonist, the substance that binds to receptor and produce a response. Fifth is antagonist. Antagonists are the substances that binds to the receptor and prevent the action of agonist on the receptor. And last is partial agonist. This binds to the receptor but has a low intrinsic activity, that is produce the partial response. Next point is the factors modifying the drug action. There are different factors like age, body weight, sex, route of administration, time of administration, climate, genetic factor, emotional factor, cumulation, additive effect, synergism, time synergism, disease state, antagonism, drug tolerance, and drug dependence. We will discuss one by one. First is age. In the newborn babies, the liver and kidney are not fully mature to handle the drug. It means in age of patient differs the pharmacokinetic in different person. Small children can tolerate the some drug as per young person. The drug dose calculated generally taking on age of 12 years. This calculated dose is harmful and toxic for the patient below 12 years, while this drug dose is insufficient to above 12-year age patient. For example, barbiturates, which produces the sedation in adults and may produce a excitation in children. Second is body weight. The recommended dose is calculated for medium and build a person. For the obese and underweight person, the dose has to be calculated individually. It means the dose are generally expressed in mg per kg. It should be calculated according to the body weight. Generally, the drug for the adult is calculated as a 70 kg is a standard weight. This calculated drug may be harmful to the patient whose weight below the 70 kg, and while this dose is insufficient to the obese patient. Third is sex. The hormonal effect and the smaller body size may influence the drug response in women. Special care is necessary while prescribing for the pregnant and lactating women during menstruation. It means the women are more sensitive than the male. The antibiotic like the sulfonamide should not given to the lactating mother, and certain drugs like uterine muscle stimulant should not given to the pregnant woman. Next point is the route of administration. Route of administration may modify the pharmacodynamic response. Means the drug are given by different route according to the patient condition and its need. Onset of action of intravenous route is quick as compared to the oral route. For example, MgSO4 is given orally. It is a purgative, and in intravenous it causes the CNS depression and has a anticonvulsant effect, and applied topically it reduces the local edema. Next point is the time of administration. In empty stomach, the drug action is quick and the irritating drug are better tolerated if administration after meal. Next factor is the climate. The alcohol is well tolerated in winter as compared to the summer season. Next point is the genetic factor. The enzyme production are genetically controlled. The response of the drug after differ according to the metabolizing enzyme. Some person cannot metabolize the certain drug because of absence of some enzymes which metabolize them. Such drugs produces the abnormal reaction in those person. The absence of enzyme is a hereditary character. For example, there may be a deficiency of enzyme like the glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. In some patient, the drug like primaquine will cause the hemolysis in such patients. Next factor is the emotional factor. The females are more sensitive than the male and requires the less dose. The personality of the physician produces the psychological relief, and hence even an inert medication may have a beneficial effect. The placebos are generally prescribed to the physiologically ill patient who in fact do not suffer from any physiological disorders. Next factor is cumulation. On repeated administration of same drug, the drug concentrate and accumulate into the body. Such effect is called as a cumulation. This effect is harmful to the body. Accumulation of drug in the body, its repeated administration is termed as a cumulation. This happens when the drug is excreted slowly. The dosage schedule of such drug must be causally determined. The drug showing such an effect, which includes the digitalis imitin. The accumulation result in the increase in the concentration of drug in the body, and which may prove the toxic. Sometimes accumulation effect is desired. For example, phenobarbital in the treatment of epilepsy. Next factor is the additive effect. When two drugs are taken in combination, is response is equal to the response produced by individual drug. It means when the total pharmacological effect of two or more drugs administered together is equal to the sum of their individual pharmacological effect. This phenomenon is called as a additive effect. For example, the drug like ephedrine and aminophylline shows the additive effect in the treatment of bronchial asthma. Next factor is the synergism. When two drugs are taken in combination, its response is greater than the summation of response produced by drug. The another definition of synergism, it means the synergism is a phenomenon where the interaction between the two drug or more drug and its effect is greater than sum of their individual effect. For example is codeine and aspirin as a analgesic. Next factor is the time synergism. When two drugs are taken in combination, the response of one drug can be increased by the another drug. The effect is called as a synergism. Sometimes synergism result in the prolongation of action of one of the drug. Then it is termed as a time synergism. For example, procaine and adrenaline combination increases the duration of action of procaine, which is used as a local anesthetic drug. Next factor is the disease factor. The presence of certain disease can influence the drug response. The antibiotic like streptomycin and kanamycin are mainly excreted by the kidney, so they may prove the toxic on parenteral administration in patients with impaired kidney function. It is also observed that the drug like barbiturates and chlorpromazine produces the unusually prolonged effect in patients. For example, kidney dysfunctioning and liver dysfunctioning. Next factor is the antagonism. The definition of antagonism, the opposite action of two drugs on the same physiological system, is called as a antagonism. The another definition of antagonism, when the two drugs are taken in simultaneously, they opposes the response of one another. This phenomenon is called as a antagonism. There are 5 types of antagonism. First is chemical antagonism, second is reversible antagonism, third is irreversible antagonism, fourth is physiological antagonism, and fifth is functional antagonism. We will discuss one by one. First is chemical antagonism. The two substances chemically interact to result in the inactivation of effect. It means the biological activity of drug is totally stopped and reduced by the chemical reaction between the two drugs. Due to the chemical property of that drug, they neutralize the opposites of action one another. For example is as antacid like aluminum hydroxide neutralize the gastric acid. Second is reversible antagonism. Reversible antagonism is also called as a competitive antagonism. When two drugs are taken simultaneously, the response of drug depends upon its concentration. This type of antagonism is called as a reversible antagonism. For example is acetylcholine and adrenaline competes each other at receptor site. Third is irreversible antagonism. Irreversible antagonism is also called as a non-competitive antagonism. The antagonist binds so firmly by covalent bond to the receptor that it is slowly not dissociate at all. It blocks the agonist, and blockage cannot be overcome by increasing the dose of agonist. Hence it is irreversible antagonism. Irreversible antagonism. In short, it means in this type of antagonism, the antagonism forms a complex with receptor and increases the concentration of agonist. For example is adrenaline and phenoxybenzamine at a alpha adrenergic receptor. Fourth is physiological antagonism. The two drugs act at different sites to produce the opposing effect. It means the two drug produces the opposite effect by acting to the different receptor. For example is insulin and glucagon have a opposite effect on the blood sugar level. And last is functional antagonism. One drug opposes the another drug by the virtue of its effect. For example is acetylcholine and adrenaline. Next factor is the drug tolerance. The definition of drug tolerance: on repeated administration of same drug, they may prove the ineffective at the usual therapeutic dose. So the progressive increase in the dose is required to produce the desired effect. This phenomenon is called as a drug tolerance. It means on the repeated administration of same drug, the response of that drug get decreased to produce such effect. So it is unnecessarily increasing dose of that drug. This phenomenon is called as the drug tolerance. Next point is the type of drug tolerance. The drug tolerance is divided into two types. First is true tolerance. True tolerance is observed with both oral and parenteral administration of drug, and it is further divided into the two types, that is natural tolerance and acquired tolerance. Natural tolerance exists from birth and results in differences between species and races, and it is divided into two types, species tolerance and racial tolerance. Species tolerance, in that the certain animal species can tolerate the large amount of particular drug which may prove to be a lethal dose in man. For example, rabbit can tolerate the large amount of atropine. Also the stretching in large quantities is tolerated by the invertebrates. And second is racial tolerance. In that it is observed that when ephedrine is instilled in the conjunctival sac of animal, they prove and promote the dilation of pupil. On other hands, Negro shows no such effect. Second type is the acquired tolerance. Acquired tolerance means the repeated administration of certain drug produces a tendency to tolerate that particular drug. This is called as a acquired tolerance, and commonly seen acquired tolerance is observed in barbiturates, opiate and xanthine therapies. The acquired tolerance is again divided into two types, tissue tolerance and cross tolerance. Tissue tolerance, in that the case of tissue tolerance, the tolerance is developed to certain effect of drug. For example, morphine is able to produce a tolerance to its euphorbate effect, but the pupil and the gastrointestinal tract never become tolerant. And second is cross tolerance. In cross tolerance, when an individual develops a tolerance to the drug belonging to a particular class, so also shows the tolerance to other drug belonging to the same group. This phenomenon is termed as a cross tolerance. For example, tolerance to vasodilation effect of glyceryl trinitrate in an individual shows a tolerance to the same group. And second type of drug tolerance is the pseudo tolerance. Pseudo tolerance is observed only with the oral route of administration. When small dose of poison is taken orally, then tolerance to it is developed by the gastrointestinal tract. This is possible after repeated administration of small quantities of poison by the oral route, as the individual becomes immune to the such poison. But after this, if some other route of administration is chosen, then poisoning will occur and poor absorption of drug from the GIT, as in case of chronic alcoholism, in whom the intestinal mucosa is thickened and affecting the absorption of alcohol is possible reason behind the development of the pseudo tolerance. And last factor is the drug dependence. The definition of drug dependence as per WHO is it state that a state of psychic and also sometimes physical resulting from the interaction between living organism and the drug, showing the behavior and other responses that always includes the compulsion to take the drug in order to experience its psychic effect or to avoid the discomfort. Tolerance may or may not be produced. A person may be dependent on one or more drug. In short, it means on repeated administration of certain drug, the person may be dependent on this drug by physically or chemically. There are two types of drug dependence. First is physical dependence and second is psychological dependence. Physical dependence, it is an altered physiological state produced by the repeated administration of drug, which necessitate the continuous presence of drug to maintain the physiological function. For example, alcohol, tea, coffee and tobacco. It develops the lesser degree of dependence. This is known as a habit patient. And second is psychological dependence. Psychological dependence is the compulsive use of mood altering drug, which causes the reinforcement, that means the user to take again and again. For example is heroin and cocaine. It develops the strong degree of dependence and it is known as a addiction. Thank you.